come once again to discuss things.
Brightest day and blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power, Green Lantern's land. Ring capacity 46.1, ring capacity 58.9, ring capacity 64.5, and now I'm charged and burning bright. Ring capacity 75, ring capacity 80.
Alright, hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Geeky Gentlemen. I am Sid Part 2. Joining me today is Milan Jeftic 1992.
Hi.
Alright, so, today, this is our third video in a series Milan and I are doing, talking about the Green Lantern trades that Geoff Johns wrote leading up to Blackest Night. So, we did Secret Origin, which was completely out of order, but since it's the retconning of the origin, it made sense to me to do it first. Then we did a video kind of catching up on what was supposed to have happened between Secret Origin and Green Lantern Rebirth. And now we're doing Green Lantern Rebirth. And I didn't remember this as well as I thought I did, because I really didn't think they explained a lot of what happened in between Hal's origin and everything that led up to Rebirth. In Rebirth very well, and I don't know, they did kind of well, but I still feel that an in-between time video was quite justified to kind of elaborate on it more.
Oh, yes, it was. Just for all those who don't know, as many comic book characters, DC has a rich history of just continuity and whatever. And funny enough, yes, Hal Jordan did go and, was possessed by some cosmic being and destroyed a lot of people and, killed a bunch of his core members and became a bad guy, but then eventually redeemed himself and reignited the sun, Superman, All-Star Superman style. But essentially, after a while, they had they brought in Kyle Rayner, the young, hip, promiscuous artist replacement, and people kind of thought, yeah, okay, he's okay, but I want my Flyboy back. And then Geoff Johns comes along and he says, hey, I want Hal Jordan back. He's the guy from my youth. But what I respect about Geoff Johns is that he didn't just say, all that stuff with the whole possessed by a cosmic being of fear. That didn't happen. What he did? He took that continuity and added all that pain and tragedy and despair. Not really despair, but he turned this into a giant hero's journey.
Yeah, he turned it into a really big character arc. And what's annoying about that for me as a big Green Lantern fan, a fan of this run especially, is it's really awkward because all of that stuff that happened with the whole Parallax thing and post-death of Superman and all of that is really important to Hal Jordan's character, and you can basically not find it at all. As soon as Green Lantern Rebirth came out, a lot of this stuff, the original story, is just gone. There are trades of it still, but they are the trades that came out in the 90s, that, you could only get them from other people. They have not re-released those stories ever, it seems. So it's really hard to find that.
I think the answer is that those stories are actually secretly shit. And they kind of contradict everything, Geoff Johns had to say in Rebirth.
No, I've read them. I have read the stories. It's just annoying that I can't own it. They're not as good as the stuff Johns writes in Rebirth, but they're not shit. Hal Jordan rebuilding Coast City as a giant construct is really fucking creepy.
That is kind of...
It shows you just how fucking crazy that dude went.
Yeah. That is.
I really do like the one.
Yeah. But that's the thing I think I have myself echoing.
Oh, sorry. I got on headphones. How do I move microphone further away from headphones and turn down speakers? How's that?
Alright then.
Better?
That's better.
Okay. Anyway, go on.
Begging your pardon. Yeah. It's funny because, like I said before, Jordan kind of, Fucking Jays.
Johns.
Everyone. I know everyone.
Johns.
You and you fucking Americans and your fascination with the word James.
Will you just
John,
fucking get the sentence out of your mouth?
Fine. But, like, I respect Johns for kind of making this into a giant story arc, but the thing is, I'm surprised how standalone this is. I mean, it's always great to start with origins, and if you are going to start getting into Green Lantern, as we recommended in our previous video, please start with origins. It sets the character up rather beautifully. And if you want to try to go on an epic quest to hunt down those 90s trades where Jordan actually does go crazy, or you're kind of you can if you want to, but if you want to just move on and just keep reading, I suggest picking up Rebirth. That explains it all rather well. There are some parts of the dialogue where it's just like, this is the thing that happened. This is obvious exposition. But it's the thing.
Yeah.
But it's written in a way that you don't really mind all that much. It's like, that is a thing that happened. Neat.
Yeah.
There's a man. Yeah. And then there's a man. Go ahead.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get into the actual story now. Alright, so Milan, what are your initial impressions of Green Lantern Rebirth? Like, what's the first thing that comes to mind after having read this? And please don't say anything gay.
Oh, fuck's sake. Do you really think I'm just gonna say something gay?
Yes, I think you will. Not only do I think you will, I know you will. And that's why I said that. I know you were about to say, Sinestro looked sexy, or...
Funny enough, he didn't. He looked sexy in Origins. Now he just looks like a scrawny, scary purple man.
No, but anyway, what are your other general thoughts, real quick?
At first,
the first thing that you want to say.
The first thing that I gotta say about Rebirth, at first, like, I've seen that for the first piece of art I've seen from this book is like that's been very present whenever I look up this title. Is that awesome covers? The covers in this are just amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, the art when I started reading put me off a little bit at first. Some panels looked, a little bit. It's not like cartoony. It's like when it's a little bit uncanny valley in places. Because they were trying to go for this ultra, realistic look, but they didn't incorporate shadows all that much. Maybe it really had to do with the coloring or something. But at first, some of the panels looked a little bit like that's so weird looking. Well, not weird. It passes as comic book art, pretty good comic book art. I guess it's just a taste thing. I'm sure I've known people on the internet saying the art in this is so fucking good, yeah. But for me, I guess I'm just more of a fan of a more stylized look. But
I like some of the art. I really do like when it looks hyper realistic. I love Kilowog in this. Kilowog was amazing. And the reflections on the battery look really good. In a couple of shots.
I'm not saying
a couple of the panels.
Oh yeah, totally. The thing is, I'm not saying this book has shitty art. It has wonderful, gorgeous art. I'm just saying maybe in the beginning it was it bothered me a little bit. But once I adjusted to it, it just like I think the colors changed or something. But it just fucking exploded after that point. Everything just it's like a giant punch in the face with a giant glowing green cosmic fist of justice. It was great.
Yeah, for me, the thing that jumps to my mind after reading Rebirth is just how much work Johns puts into making Green Lantern cool again. Like, not just, oh, this is a really cool story, or, oh, this is a really fun thing, but he actually makes all the characters come back together as Green Lanterns again, and you get the idea that, yeah, the Corps is about to restart, next week, the Corps is restarted. You get that sense of like you're not from America, but I don't know how many of the propaganda ads you've seen for the military here, sign up kind of thing. But this, if the Green Lantern Corps were actually a thing, Rebirth would be like some of the ads for join the Marines. It's just like it makes it seem so glamorous and so fucking cool.
That's interesting.
You just get this sense of camaraderie and stuff, and you just I love Hal's. I think the other thing that jumps out to me is the first scene where Hal is back as just Hal, like where he's no longer Parallax and the Spectre and Hal Jordan, where he's just Hal and he doesn't have other voices in his head, and he's like, this is so good, I can be in a fight again. And he's just like, he's so happy at that point. I really do like it.
Yeah, and I love like when he says some things like, it's like, finally, no more fucking trips to find myself. None of that shit. I'm Hal Jordan. I'm gonna be fucking Green Lantern. Because apparently before he became Sinestro, he went gray and he gave up being Green Lantern, like on and off, and said, I'm gonna go travel the world as a traveling salesman. You know, just he basically did the whole walk around America thing that Superman did before the New 52, except boring. You know, just like, I'm gonna fucking sell knickknacks and used vacuum cleaners, because that's so much more interesting than flying through fucking space with a fucking thermonuclear reactor grafted to my fucking arm.
Right. No, I really do like that. That is a good scene, though, no lie. Like, what's your favorite moment story-wise, though?
Story-wise? Fuck, there's so many. Like, the first issue, you know, it was funny. It was alright. That was putting me off. But once the second issue came off, it was just like, you sexy bitch. It was just like the sheer quality, and like everything truly became epic. It's the part of the movie where you're like, yeah, I'm gonna draw fan art of this.
Yeah, and for me, I think it's oddly enough when Coast City starts to come back.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's what's like, oh shit, just got real. And I love how it's not exactly subtle, because you can definitely tell what's going on, but I love that they don't explain it. They never out and out say that it's happening to everybody. I love that you see that Parallax is affecting everybody, not just Hal Jordan and the Spectre. Like, Batman is going even crazier than he usually does, and he's like, Hal Jordan's evil and shit. And, like, he's just, you can tell he's just losing his mind. And, like, when John Stewart starts fighting the Justice League and stuff and just beats up Superman, that was so cool. Yeah,
John Stewart in this, I like. Wasn't John Stewart kind of still having post-traumatic stress disorder from that, you know, Cosmic Odyssey event where he essentially accidentally blew up a planet or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, that's something that they have John deal with throughout the rest of the thing. Out of all the good that has come from Geoff Johns' Green Lantern run, John Stewart has gotten fuck all to do. He mostly just sits around and mopes in front of the planet that he destroyed, and then kills Green Lanterns when something goes wrong. That's pretty much all.
Whoa! What?
John Stewart just keeps killing Green Lanterns. It's pretty annoying.
Why?
I'm the one that makes the hard decision that no one else is willing to make. That's why.
Oh, is he Parallax? Why is he killing Green Lanterns?
No. It's just he just every time like that there's like a war scenario where like either Green Lantern needs to die or the world's gonna end kind of thing. John Stewart kills a Green Lantern. It's just like, come on, can John Stewart just not be the guy that kills Green Lanterns just once?
Essentially, he's the guy that, you know, euthanizes people.
Yeah, but back to Rebirth though.
I like little bits like explaining how Parallax was slowly taking effect over Jordan. I like when I first I picked up a trade a long time ago with the gray-haired, you know, Hal Jordan. I'm like, that's so weird. He has the gray hair. How old is this person? And it's like, you know, he's still fit and handsome, whatever. But it's just like, I love how this is like. Let me just read it to you. After all, what happens when you struck by overwhelming fear? The strikes of white, the strikes of
white hair.
The streaks of white hair were the first sign. Jordan probably wondered why he went gray so early. I doubt he gave it much thought. And that's just such a great little detail. It just kind of explains away. Oh, it's like, why there's like a man who is like in his early mid to not even close to 40 yet going gray. And it's kind of, it's like, hey, that's everyone. If your father is going gray, or you know your uncle, or you happen to be a man of a certain age listening to this podcast, if you're going gray prematurely, you're possessed by a cosmic creature of fear. So get that looked at.
Yeah, probably. You know, go see your local doctor.
Yeah.
Bring a power battery to your local doctor. See, now it just became a video game.
Yeah. I like the parts where basically there's this one panel that just freaked me the fuck out. It's hard to do that. But before I get to that, I'm looking at this image of Sinestro, and it's so fucking weird because he's all thin and gaunt and shit. And I remember my first exposure to Sinestro, like proper wise, was him in Origins, and he's all like built and fucking proper military, like space police dude. He's like all built and shit. And here in this issue, he's just depicted like he's so scrawny and shit. But then if you think about it, oh yes, he's actually from the. He's been essentially exiled to another universe and fucking no food there. And so he kind of has that kind of weird, creepy looking, you know, starved prisoner look to him, which is quite creepy.
Yeah, I mean, he gets buff again later on, so don't weep too much. You see him in the flashback for Jordan that panel for panel. It's the exact. I'm wondering how early on Johns wrote Secret Origin, because just look at how many of these scenes are right out of Secret Origin, and then you think, wow, Secret Origin came so much later.
Yeah, well, I think
isn't it kind of nuts?
Not really. I mean, I think he just sat down and did this whole thing, and once he just, I'm sure he had the basic outline of Origins done, and when he had all these moments, all he had to really do is just piece them all together, and had a guy draw.
I'm just saying, it's kind of funny that Origins just it's weird. It's even though Origins came out after the fact, this calls back to Origins.
Yes, this calls back. I bet guys who haven't, who are reading this and who now when Origins hasn't come out yet, they're like, what book are they referencing? God damn it!
Right?
I know.
I mean, it's obvious that he just rewrote the scenes for Origins from these scenes in Rebirth, but it's still funny how well it works together.
Yeah.
I do like Sinestro in this. I like how freaking brutal he is with Kyle and Ollie. That is so cool.
He just beats the thing with Sinestro. He is it's fun. It's great to see how the artist and the writing kind of makes him kind of really intimidating for a purple man in a black leotard. And
that weird jester-y, collar-y thing.
Yeah. I mean, there's some panels there, some of the descriptions, I look into his eyes and I see, and it's looking into the sun. And there's some panels with shadows over his purple face, and his eyes little yellow circles, and it's so creepy. I'm looking at this panel when he says I never fathomed that the impurity was alive, that my quartering ring. I'm here.
Okay.
I never thought my purity was alive. My quartering ring was tapping into a sentient fear until the Guardians imprisoned me inside the power battery. I saw it, and with and he says and now he says now I command fear. I bleed fear. What do you bleed? Oh, that's
such a cool fucking line.
I love Sinestro. Oh yeah, and you see him in shadow, and his fucking eyes are still glowing. That is so creepy. Yeah. And
it's weird. I don't know what it is about Johns, but he has this really good ability to take these villains that are considered reasonably campy by a lot of people, like Sinestro. Before this, he was kind of camp. He was kind of a camp villain by and large. Yeah. But there's this, and then in Flash Rebirth, there's a very similar scene or similar line of narration, not dialogue though. So in this, there's that scene where it's Guy Gardner told me about all Hal's villains and how they were all pussies, but he never mentioned Sinestro, never talked about Sinestro. And then you see Sinestro is just this unholy badass. And in Flash Rebirth, there's this line Flash has where he's Batman has the Joker, I have Reverse Flash. And it's just oh shit, this guy is a badass then. Just through that very simple little bit of dialogue, it makes it so damn powerful.
Yeah. And it's Reverse Flash, he looks ridiculous, But the thing is, if you like the way he's described and drawn and something, it's like the crazy yellow kind of starts looking acidic, and it looks kind of fucked up and like I don't. And this is nothing to do with Hal Jordan, but fucking Reverse Flash. You learn about his history, and this guy's a fucking madman. I mean, this guy. I mean, he's just like, nigga, you crazy.
Yeah. Let's not get into it. There's so much going on with Reverse Flash. Let's not get into it. All right. Milan, let's not get into it. Jesus.
Sorry.
No. So back to Rebirth though. All right. So what'd you think of Parallax, just like as a character? Because beforehand, like in the old book, he basically been just kind of a plot contrivance, but here they actually make Parallax into an independent character.
I like that. I really like the scenes where basically there's like a three-way battle between Jordan, the Spectre, and Parallax Jordan. Just like the bits of bodies that are ripping apart and they're like trying to break. It's a scene that I'm sure you see in most of like, hey, I'm possessed by an evil devil thing in superhero comics.
Yeah,
it's not really.
I thought it was really cool.
I loved it.
I really like Parallax. As much as I like this book, I am really disappointed that the Parallax armor, like the design of Hal's costume when he's possessed by Parallax, like went away. Because I thought that was a really cool fucking costume design.
That was a pimp supervillain outfit. I mean, I gotta say what you will if you like the Parallax, years of Hal, but he looked. You know what would have made that thing complete if you just materialized a little purple hat, like a giant purple hat with a feather on it, and just walked around beating women up. That would have been hilarious.
I'm just saying, I thought the costume design for Green Lantern armor looked really cool. Like, I like when they do interesting things with the Green Lantern suit as opposed to just like, skin tight with the symbol. And because you don't get a lot of that, and it's one of the superheroes where you can really do a lot of crazy things. I love Kyle's costume design.
Oh my god, it's so gorgeous. It's so like the thing you'd say with like Kyle. I like him because he's just like him being an artist, and like some of the stuff he always looks good. They always get like a good artist. The best work it's great. Kyle, he looks good. If his story quality kind of wavers and you might not agree with some stuff, like his art will always be top notch. I found the panel that scared the shit out of me. I found it.
Is it the one where I'm gonna hazard a guess here? Is it the one where Parallax Hal rips open normal Hal's skin and like emerges out of him?
I mentioned that previously. That was cool, but not scary. Before this point, like before this panel, he's all looking normal. He's just like cackling, evil Parallax man, like, "Ha ha! I'm a man in a badass costume." That happens to be fighting with a cosmic being and a soul. And like then he fucking leaps at the like original Green Lantern, the one that isn't powered by science but by magic.
Shit, what's his name? Alan Scott.
That's it. I love Alan Scott. I fucking love it. His costume is so dope. But like basically he leaps at Alan Scott and he screams, "Your heart will be mine," and his fucking face contorts into this hideous fucking thing, and it's
where it like becomes Parallax's like bug mouth kind of thing.
Oh my god, that's so cool. That is so fucking creepy because like it's still a normal dude with that fucking. Oh my god, it's so. I love the fact that he's inside his mouth is essentially the design of the Fia battery.
Yeah, I mean, I like that. I love it so much. I honestly just wish that this would be animated for some of the stuff that Parallax does, because that shape-shifting, kind of like monstrous nature looks so cool. I mean, like, say what you will about the movie, and like, I didn't love Parallax's design, but one thing I really did think was cool about it is all like the contorting bodies inside of that giant monster kind of thing. That was really a cool idea, and they just didn't like make it bright enough so that you could properly see it and stuff. But yeah, I do really like a lot of the stuff Parallax does, and the whole shape-shifting nature of it makes him really creepy, especially when he takes over the Guardian toward the end of this.
Oh yeah, the Guardian looks fucking terrifying. He's just this big giant blue man with a face that is scary. Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this. I can't look away from this fucking panel. It's so scary. Oh,
that's
my
cool.
God. Oh,
hope you have nightmares, Milan.
I haven't had nightmares for a while, and if I have nightmares, I don't know. I no nightmare. Oh my god! Like this is another panel that I really like. It's essentially when Hal becomes alive again, and his ring returns to him, and you see it past the Sinestro's face, and the lighting on this panel is just great. That's such a badass shot of Sinestro. But Johns has this awesome ability to just make some of these scenes just like, like most movies can't do this anymore. Just that scene where you're like, yes, a cool thing happened, and I want to cheer in my seat. And like,
yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like when Hal gets that ring and he puts it on for the first time, and he's like standing over his own coffin. Yeah. It's like really fucking cool.
Yeah, and the gray in his hair disappears, and he's like, and like Sinestro's like shielding his eyes from the light.
Yeah, you can almost like hear the music well, can't you, while you're reading it?
Oh yeah. Like every other page is essentially that in this comic. It's like they would need, like, if this was made into a movie, and if it didn't have different orchestras, adding to the cool thing is happening choir, then it's just this would make like the choir, like this would just be a constant choir moment. Just like cool things are happening all the time, and it's about space cops.
Yeah, one of my favorite things about this book that unfortunately doesn't carry over to the rest of the stories in the run is they wait to do the oath until the very end.
Oh no!
Or not the very, very end, but like toward the big climactic part where the monster is defeated. Mm-hmm. They wait to do the oath until that point. I mean, Ollie gets through about half of it, but then he forgets the rest. Like they wait to do that until that point. You don't hear the oath until that point in the book. And there are a couple opportunities where you can totally see it. It like they have the opportunity to do it. Like that scene between Ollie and John Stewart. But, like, I really love that they make you wait until, like, that big climactic moment. And the problem that happens later on in the books, like, maybe it's just me that notices this. I'll see if you pick up on it at all. A lot of times, it seems like they're doing the oath in a big, cool, dramatic way at the end of almost every other issue. Which makes it just a little bit oversaturated. But, God, it's such a cool fucking oath.
It is. In brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. To all those who worship evil's might.
Okay, you fucked up.
This is
the second time. You only get one chance per video.
Okay. But I love that fight with Sinestro and like that is such a cool fucking fight. Sinestro fucking bitch slaps Hal from the fucking watchtower, and I love how it's like this gigantic ass panel, and George just goes flying his shinny like
and you see him fucking bounce.
I love the balance. Anything with the balance in it in a fight with superheroes in it, I love. And like I love that long shot, and I like how Hal just turns, touches his nose, he's bleeding, and he turns and he smiles, and you just love it. Like, yeah, when I turn this page, shit is gonna go down, son, and it does.
I like that I like that right when that fight's about to start, is like Sinestro's running toward him. Hal's basically like just cracking his neck. He's like, "Ring, how much power do I have?" It's like 99.4%. Baller. That's so cool. And like the fight with Sinestro is awesome. I think my only complaint about it is it seems like they really do stretch to make Kyle Rayner seem relevant at that point. Like, I wouldn't mind if there was one line about, like, killing Kyle, but there's a whole conversation about killing Kyle during the fight. And then, I mean, it's awesome when Kyle shows up and shoots fucking fiery green arrows into Sinestro's back in the shape of the Green Lantern symbol. That's fucking cool.
That is. I don't know. That's Green Arrow. That's for Green Arrow. And I love the fact, like Ollie, he tries to remember the fucking oath to charge the ring so he can fight Sinestro, but he's and he shoots.
But hold on a second. hold on a sec. I just want to finish this. Like, I really do like the fight scene. I like the way Kyle shows up. I just think that the only real complaint I have about it, and it's probably my biggest complaint of the whole book, actually, is just they really seem like they're stretching to make Kyle still seem relevant. Because, I mean, he had a fan base, and when people found out that Hal Jordan was coming back, they were getting really pissed off. They're like, no, we want Kyle Rayner. We don't want you to just get rid of him. We want him to still be a relevant hero. And, like, that I think it was John's way of trying to, like, assure people that he would be. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I never really
oh my
got
God.
that. What was that oh my God moment? What?
But oh my God, when Ollie shoots the fucking green arrow out of the ring.
Yeah. Oh my God. That was so sweet. Sinistro's like talking like, everyone betrayed Jordan. Nobody trusts him. He has nobody. Nobody believes in him. And you just see like, I was like, well, I do. And he shoots the arrow, and you see the little, Green Lantern symbol in his eyes for Will, and it's just so sweet. And those two, like, oh my God, Ollie loves Jordan. It's like his friends. It's like, that's so sweet. And Sinestro's like, how the fuck isn't Sinestro dead? He shot him through the fucking heart.
Well, he's an alien. You don't know where his heart is. But
that's a good point. But it's just, oh, poor Ollie. He got the shit kicked out of him.
Oh, he did.
Like that one little panel. They said like, I hear Ollie's ribs crack like fucking branches in the fire. That is just, the description is just awful. And you just want to see Sinestro get the shit kicked out of him. Like, you don't fucking hurt Ollie. Nobody hurts Ollie.
Ollie hasn't failed this city. References. I've got them.
God, yeah.
Like, dude, you have no idea how much I want to see the actor that's playing Ollie on Arrow do a scene with Green Lantern, because that would be the shit.
Oh my God, that would be cool. Yes, have you been watching Arrow?
Yeah, I've been getting into it.
Does he make jokes?
Not yet, but like he's getting there. Not like all the time, but occasionally.
You know what? The second he gets the beard, then he'll start making jokes.
That'd be funny.
And then he goes,
right.
like, you got a goatee. Now I am funny and lighthearted.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it gets. No, but I really do love the stuff they do with Ollie. This is just kind of a giant love letter to Green Lantern's history in some respects, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
I
love that. Like, this is just gonna be the whole video, just going, oh my God, I love this one scene in this book. But that's it. Like, there's so many great moments. Like I said before, every other scene is that choir badass moment. But it doesn't get old because this is a comic book and you can just take it at your own pace. But I love that scene where Sinestro, Hal and Jordan have that light duel, and like the whole Goku thing, with like they're shooting light at each other to test each other's strength. And and Sinestro gets fucking disintegrates and gets pulled back into the antimatter universe, and it's so fucking creepy. And he goes like, Jordan, welcome back. And he disappears. And it's like, the ring, is he dead? Negative. He fucking fucked off somewhere. And it's like, that is cool. And I love, and Jordan and Kyle finally shaking hands. And
that scene is awesome.
That is
just
so
Hal Jordan, Kyle Rayner. I love that they dedicated a full page spread to that. That was so awesome.
That is so cute. That is so nice. Like, that's the thing. Green Lantern is the only character that I don't want to see naked because I respect him.
Oh my God.
That should be a good thing. They're like,
what the fuck? Tweet that right now. Oh my God.
Write that down.
You
write that down. I'll forget it in like a second. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, I love the fact that, how the fuck does the city come back? That's the thing. Like,
that's the thing is like that. Well, like, we should go into that a little bit. So, my understanding of it, and you can agree with me or speculate with me here, Milan, my understanding of it is the Spectre bonded with Hal Jordan's soul because it was trying to eradicate Parallax. It says that much.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it had no idea how powerful Parallax is, and over time Parallax was able to manipulate the Spectre's need for vengeance and such to be able to control him out of fear. So the Parallax was able to control the Spectre's powers, and it was using all of that to prey on Hal Jordan's fears and stuff, and Hal Jordan's thoughts and wishes. So like he could make Hal Jordan think, oh, I'm gonna get to do this cool thing with my Spectre powers. But really, by creating the city, it freaked out everybody in the Justice League, including John Stewart, who he was able to manipulate because he had connection with the Green Rings and stuff, you know? So he was able to, like, my theory is that Parallax was controlling Spectre's magical abilities, and Santana says he's one of the most powerful magical creatures in the entire universe.
Yeah,
he was able to control the Spectre's abilities to manipulate everyone into feeling fear, and that's how he was able to control, like, Batman and, like, Wonder Woman and everybody as well.
But I understand that, but where did the city come from? Like,
the Spectre made it.
just fucking, like, oh my, how fucking creepy, like the whole crazy face Parallax thing is creepy, but, like, I know what happened to Coast City, basically was, nuked. And, like, that scene from the airplane of just, like, saying, should we be flying over this? The radiation? It's like, there's no radiation, don't worry about it. Some mogul or alien destroyed it. And the clouds move, and they see the fucking city. And like, what the fuck is that?
Right?
How fucking terrifying would that be? Like, it's fucking Twilight Zone shit right there. It's like,
it really is.
It's like, a nuked city is back. And it's fucking empty of all life. And it's so creepy. It's just like, that is fucked up.
Yeah, alright. Let's go ahead and, we need to kind of wrap up, but I've said my, like, biggest criticism against it, like, biggest negative portion, and since we have been praising the hell out of this book, I figured I should make you, pick a negative to, harp on.
Well, like I said, the first issue can be a little bit, I have, like, one before I go into the negatives. I gotta say, One Punch. One Punch.
Yeah, that was a good reference. I don't mind it. I mean, you have the whole Batman's possessed, get out of jail free card, so whatever.
I like it because, in every fucking way they fucking meet any Green Lantern, Batman is always like, I'm fucking Batman. I'm gonna fucking make you look complete fucking dicks. And it's just like, yeah, fuck you, Batman. Green Lantern. It's basically, I like the fact, I think it's Johns kind of saying, oh, yep, fuck you, Green Lantern just punched Batman in the face. Fuck off. Green Lantern.
Yep.
Yeah. Fuck, I keep mixing up,
Dude, wrap up. What are you trying to say?
Basically, like, the art in the first issue is a little bit grotesque if you're not used to it, but the second issue, it grows on you. It looks really great. Guy Gardner in his fucking warrior face just looks fucking terrifying. He's like, what the fuck is that? It is a man with...
That is the 90s. That's what that is.
That is sentient 90s, but not cool 90s. It's not cool Grant Morrison 90s. It's like, oh, baby, no. No, baby, no. My gay man comes out. My fashion-conscious gay man comes out. Oh, my God. And I don't even have a fashion-conscious gay man.
I know, this dude just fucking walks around in underwear and tank tops all day.
Yeah, and old
anyway,
ripped up military.
And I really wish I didn't know that, but I do for some reason. Anyway.
Yeah.
And now all of you do, and you can't unknow that, so congratulations. Alright, so, obviously we both really enjoy Rebirth, but let's go ahead and do a score here. Milan, why don't you go first?
I give, like I said before, this book is just filled with, borderline just-tastic moments of awesome. And, like, the art gets really good. The coloring was a little bit off in the first issue. It made everything look a little bit, derpy. But after the second issue, it's literally explodes. So I'll give it 4.5 creepy, scary, half man, half cosmic creature face things out of 5.
Okay. I will give Green Lantern Rebirth also 4.5. Green Arrow construct arrows out of 5.
In the shape of the Green Lantern symbol stuck in an alien's back out of 5.
Sure, why not? Because that sentence was already not hard enough to understand. So everyone, thank you for listening. This was a lot of fun. We'll be coming back with, I believe, Hal Jordan Wanted, or... No, it'll be Green Lantern No Fear. That's what we're coming back with. Green Lantern No Fear. Which will be, obviously, exciting. So, thank you for listening. And until next time, I'm the Philosopher.
And I am the Madman.
And we are your Geeky Gentlemen. And we will be discussing